You know, sometimes real life is way more dramatic than anything you could ever see in a movie. And today, we're diving into a story that starts out as this absolutely perfect celebration, but ends with a twist that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming.
So I want you to picture this, a big wedding hall, just buzzing with energy. It's packed with hundreds of guests, there's music, there's laughter, the air is just thick with joy and anticipation. This is supposed to be the best day ever for two families, and everyone is just waiting for the main event to begin.
And really, by all accounts, it was a picture-perfect wedding. Everything was set up for a beautiful, traditional ceremony.
So our story takes place in a village in Andhra Pradesh's NTR district. You can almost hear it, right? The sound of drums and the Nadaswaram music filling the air. The stage is covered in flowers, cameras are flashing everywhere, and the elders are giving their blessings to the couple. It is the absolute perfect wedding scene.
I mean, everything was going off without a hitch. Nothing seemed out of place at all. The bride and groom were right there, surrounded by their families, and all these ancient, beautiful rituals were unfolding just like they have for generations.
Now the whole ceremony was building up to this one really crucial moment, the Jilakara Bellam. This ritual is super symbolic in Telugu weddings. It's when the bride and groom become this inseparable unit, literally, the heart of the entire ceremony.
And right then, at that exact moment, that's when the whole perfect picture just completely shattered. As the most sacred part of the day was about to happen, the unthinkable happened.
In the timing, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. We are talking seconds away from the groom tying the mangalsutra, the final act that seals the marriage.
All of a sudden, a young man starts walking down the aisle. At first, no one really pays him much attention. Maybe he's just another guest, right? But you can tell there's a purpose in his walk. He isn't stopping, and he is heading directly for the couple.
And you can just feel this question starting to ripple through the hall in these confused whispers. Who is this guy? And why on earth is he walking toward the stage right now?
And then, bam, the first real shock. The bride, who's supposed to be sitting there, focused on the ceremony, she just stands up. Suddenly, every single eye in that hall is fixed on her.
And just like that, the celebratory sounds, the drums, the Nadaswaram, it all just cuts out. Abruptly.
The shift is electric. A room that was just moments ago filled with hundreds of voices and loud music is now dead silent. I mean, you could literally hear a pin drop.
What happened next was a total bombshell that turned a sacred ceremony completely on its head.
And there it is. The bride stands up in front of everyone, her family, the groom's family, hundreds of guests, and makes this unbelievable declaration. She's in love with the man who just walked in.
You can just imagine the scene, right? The reaction is immediate. The groom's family is just frozen in shock. The guests are whispering, they're in total disbelief. That whole joyful atmosphere? Gone. It's just tension and chaos now.
Things got so tense, so fast, that the police actually had to be called. They weren't there to arrest anyone, but just to keep the peace and make sure all that raw emotion didn't boil over into something worse.
So where do you even go from here? After a moment like that, what's the fallout? What is the price of a truth that's revealed at the very, very last second?
Well, first things first, the wedding is off. It's over. After all that planning, all that celebration, the ceremony is formally, officially canceled.
But the cost here wasn't just emotional. We're talking about money, a lot of money. The groom's family had already spent nearly 20 lakh rupees. That's a massive sum to spend on all the arrangements and poof, it's all gone in an instant.
And what happened next is actually a really fascinating look at how these things often get handled. Instead of a big legal fight, the community stepped in. So, first, no formal police complaint was ever filed. Then, the very next day, the village elders got involved. They set up a meeting to mediate between the two families, and it led to a settlement. The bride's family agreed to pay back some of the money to cover the losses.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. The plan was this beautiful, sacred union full of blessings and joy. The reality? A canceled wedding, shock, disappointment, and a financial negotiation. A family celebration turned into a settlement.
And all of this really leaves you with one powerful idea. It's a pretty dramatic reminder that timing is everything. And sometimes silence carries a much, much higher price than a difficult conversation. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What is the true cost of not speaking up?